Hi, Libra. This is your astrology reading for January 2020. Sorry, I am late getting out with all of them, so I'm going to try to make it as quick as possible and, throw everything out there that I need to throw out there. I am getting right off the bat, some hidden self is coming out, which would be like some of that 12th house energy or some of your uncomfortable energy like denial. Maybe not even denial. Maybe it's insecurities. I'm getting, really pay attention to your goals, your dreams. You're getting over some grief within your goals, your dreams. For some of you, there should be traveling taking place. Or maybe it's higher spiritual traveling. But I am getting travel either way. I'm getting philosophy and religion. And I'm being choked by spirit, which means some of you are afraid to speak your truth, afraid to come out and say with whatever it is you have to say. Yeah, I'm getting afraid to speak to either the relationships the way that you need to, or the community, the memberships, the friends, something somewhere you're having trouble wanting to speak. And Spirit is saying that's part of your responsibility of overcoming it. That's part of your growth at this time, is to actually speak what you need to speak. Self-judgment, you're afraid of the judgment. Or maybe from other people. You may be afraid of understanding something about your true self, your real roots, getting to the depths of something. And you may have been in denial, giving yourself some self-deception is what I'm being given. Holding on to frustration or anger. That has everything to do with what your heart wants to say, but you don't feel you can. And what I'm being told is that's like your inner demon. That's your inner demon that's trying to keep you from shape-shifting into what you were meant to be. Because I'm getting a very bad stink with that, which is always, the lower negative vibration trying to hold you back. So that's a fear. There's a fear of not even coming into your power, but it is coming into your power. But you're fearful of what the others will say, think, act, do. But this isn't really about them. This is about you coming into a deeper level of you, a deeper harmony with you. Really coming into a deeper understanding of your ethics, your morals, your soul self, and where that puts you with the community, your partnerships, your friends, your memberships. And if coming into true self really wants to continue to be with those memberships or relationships. Yeah, I'm really getting an overcoming of fear in that. And community just keeps coming out. Okay, this is for Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Now, I always tell everybody, if you're new to the channel, I always tell everybody, if you're following this under Venus and Libra, this is more about your sensitivities than it is anything else. Because I do not see Venus as love. I see it as sensitivities, and whether it's good or bad, and where you will take that positively or negatively. If you're a Libra moon, this is about your emotions more than anything else. If you're a Libra sun sign, then we're talking more about your core, but from the houses of starting at Libra. And then if you're a Libra rising, well, we're in the right houses anyway. So just to let you know. And I'm gonna try to skip over the areas where I know there is no planets, because then that means technically in that house it's not being influenced. You're your normal self. But if there's planets here, we're gonna jump into that. Now, I am starting late, so I will say Mars moved into Sagittarius on the 3rd. You have the full moon, the lunar eclipse, which is taking place in Cancer in opposition of Capricorn, where you had the last last solar eclipse on the 26th of December. This is taking place on the 10th. You have Venus moving into Pisces on the 13th. Mercury moving into Aquarius on the 16th. Pallas is moving in, I believe, to Capricorn on the 18th. The sun moves into Aquarius on the 20th. The new moon takes place again in Capricorn. So it's reflecting on what's going to happen from this eclipse come the end of the month. And then you have Ceres moving out of Capricorn, and it will be in the cusp between Capricorn and Aquarius on the 30th and the 31st. Now, for you, your first house has Make in it. It has Haumea in it, and it has Ura in it. So this is sacrifice, commitment. Ura is sacrifice and commitment to your self-awareness, your personality, your appearance, your view of life, your image, your identification, the self itself. Asking you, would you give yourself some freaking love? Give yourself some sacrifice and commitment to your own self. All right, Haumea here and Make are asking you to bring that collective consciousness to full height. Be very aware of the self. This is not just a regular self-awareness. This is bringing you into true illumination of understanding yourself and where you're supporting yourself and where you're denying yourself. Where you're in full-on denial, where you've been full-on nurturing or neglecting yourself. And all of what that self-awareness means: your personality, your appearance, your view of life, your physical body, your identification, your image, and how much of that is true. Like I said, we're dealing with hidden self coming up. How much of that is true and what the world sees versus what is really in here. Okay? And you're going to be acknowledging that period all month long. And at least until Ura moves out, because she is magnifying, you coming into a higher understanding of your self-awareness through Ura. Ura is magnifying through that sacrifice and commitment to self, is magnifying Haumea and Make, which is the lotus flower and collective consciousness of this. Now, in your second house, you don't have anything going on. However, trust me, you've got more than enough going on in that first house for it to also be speaking to your self-worth, self-value, self-esteem. Do you feel liberated, or do you just feel like you're stuck in the same flow as always? Are you feeling like you're coming into your power? Like I said, you don't have anything going on in the second house, but you got more than enough going on in that first house to be bringing in, to spill over into the second house. Okay? Now, as you go into the third house for you, this is Sagittarius, and Mars is here at the time. This is your communication zone. This is your intellect, your details, your delivery system, your phone calls, emails, gossip, small bits of information that are important that you may easily overlook. This communication has Mars in it right now. It's asking you to take action. It's begging you to take action in the communication that you desire to spit out. Passion, action, aggression, fire. It's asking you to get right with your self-awareness, right with your appearance, right with your self-esteem, your value, your liberation, and speak your truth. It's asking you to speak your hidden parts of yourself that you even question, but it's asking you to bring it up and out of you and verbally bring it out. You also have Pallas here up until the 16th. I think she's actually at the cusp of Sagittarius and Capricorn between the 16th and the 18th. And she is not only in Sagittarius, which is the higher thinking. It's higher thinking, but it's usually a little unattached. And this is asking you, I don't want to say to get attached, but to really put strategic thinking behind it. This is saying she's giving you like the passwords to your actual verbal speech of being able to take action and bring that passion, action, fire into the communication and say. She's giving you the power, the strength for that communication to come out. But then when she moves in to the 4th house for you, this happens to be where Capricorn is. Yeah. This is getting right back to that inner emotional security. Self-worth, self-value, self-esteem, liberation. But the roots of who and what you are and strengthening it because you've been able to use that communication. So this communication that you're feeling that you want to spit out, it's meant for you to spit out. Remember, Libras, you guys are really bad about wanting to create harmony and balance, but what happens is you create it for everybody else and then you're on the back burner. This is your time to not be on that back burner. This is your get out of jail free card. To not feel bad when you decided not to be on the back burner. I want to be part of this harmony and balance. I want some of this for myself. I deserve it. You're getting that. This is the time for you to feel like you have the get out of jail free card because you spoke up. This is the time to use that. And it will strengthen your inner emotional security. It will strengthen your roots. It will help you heal your karmic lessons and help you bring reincarnation to the very soul of who and what you are by strengthening your inner fire. Okay? For you, the question is, you've been doubting some of your inner fire. You've been questioning your inner fire because for the rest of the world, that's the outer community. For you, that's the roots of the home, your inner emotional security, because that's your 4th house. You want a strong foundation in this inner emotional security. You want to feel secure. But every time you put everybody else in front of you and you put yourself on the back burner, you pull yourself further away from that security. Now, these eclipses are taking place in Capricorn and in Cancer. On the 26th, the day after Christmas, it took place in your inner emotional security. But now coming to the 10th, it's taking place in your in your 10th house. Your honor, your reputation, your prestige, your professional career, your financial success, financial foundations, social foundations, the outer world, the duty, the authority, the responsibilities. When are you going to get it through your head, my love, that responsibilities to the outer world should not take away your inner emotional security? Because that's what this is all about, this eclipse season, and when it comes back to that new moon on the 24th for you. This is asking you, when did it become acceptable for you to be on the back burner in your own honor, your own reputation, your own prestige and professional career by putting all of that out there so the rest of the world thinks it's this, but truthfully inside your inner emotional roots are not being met. Your inner emotional security are not being met. Because you put out that facade. Because you're trying to be this or that. You have to understand that the honor, reputation, prestige, all must come from the heart or it's worth nothing. the professional career, this financial success has to be led by self-worth, self-value, self-esteem, or it's just money. Eventually, money runs out. The social foundations that strengthen your honor, your reputation, prestige, all has to be something that is not taking away from your inner emotional security, not taking away from your roots, your inner roots that bring you back to your self-awareness, your appearance, your personality, your view of life, your actual identification of your soul self, your liberation, self-worth, self-value, self-esteem. It should not be in jeopardy of honor and reputation. If it is, you're doing something wrong. And then you need to set new rules, walls, and boundaries to set it correct again. Because the outer world is going to be questioning you on this. Because the question is to get to the inner emotional roots, the inner emotional security here. And all of last month, as it was building up to that eclipse, through this one, and then it builds all the way to the new moon, this is what we're talking about. This is why communication is incredibly important for you right now. Helping you learn that you got that get out of jail free card. This is your time to reclaim and to find your balance. Not to be put on a back burner and not to feel like your value, your worth is less than others. Or to stop you from your feeling liberated because of acceptance. If they're accepting you because of a fake facade, then they're not accepting you. Period. That all has to do with your inner emotional security, getting right with who and what you are, your personal foundations, your inner child, finding its truths, your upbringing, the returning to the true soul, the true truth of who and what you are, the true self, the real self that nobody else sees, and where that is the best. And if they can't understand that, well, fuck them. All right. Then we're pretty much going to skip right on over to your 6th house, because you have Venus moving in on the 13th, but you also have Neptune here and you have Lilith here. This is your everyday daily tasks, your daily routines. This is your volunteer work, your career, your job, your daily tasks, your health, diet, service, your hygiene. But more importantly, the way I explain this is the area of the people, the places, and the things of energies that you consume. Every day we have situations that we do. Every day we have little routines that we follow. And the people, the places, and the things that are part of these routines are so much more powerful than we give credit to. And if these people, places, things of energy that we consume in our life on a daily basis isn't supporting that inner emotional security, then it's the wrong people, places, and things to have as routines. And you've got Neptune here, which is giving you the opportunity to change it all. But you also have Venus here telling you what is good for you and what is not. You also have Lilith here asking you what part of these routines are for you? Or are they for others? What part of the routines, people, places, things, daily routines, places we go, health, diet, emotional truths, within these people, places, and things? Go to a bar every day. I don't know. Maybe you go to, the gym every day. There's different things that we do, different routines we take, people, places, things, energies we consume. Do they support our inner emotional security? Because if they don't, these people, places, and things and these routines are unhealthy for us, and it's time to change them. And it's bringing us right back to rebirthing, reincarnation of self, finding the strength to believe in self, getting past your roots. This is finding how to create as above, so below. This is about what you create, what you believe is what you create. So learning how to create from what you want to believe, not what you feel like you have to believe. Your 7th house has Chiron in it. This is your partnerships, your marriages, your relationships. And Chiron is here asking you to get right with the past wounds. This is asking you to settle, to not settle, but to, put it to rest. Maybe, find closure. This is how you find closure. This is how, within these relationships, is a time for the inner healer of past. Because Chiron is the wounded healer. He can't heal himself. He has wounds that he can't heal. But Chiron heals everybody else. And this is, the reason he can't heal himself is because he won't address his own issues in one form. But what he's really about is understanding he's the wounded healer who helps address everybody else's issues and let me bring healing to them. And it's in the relationship zone. So it's relationships, whether it's children, your children, your parents, your spouses, whatever it is that you have a relationship with that needs to be healing. This is the time for you to start having the strength to go after actually doing that. And that would go great with that Mercury energy right now, that communication and spitting that out, because it's something that you already know you need to say. So this is the right time to bring that out. Technically, Lilith is very close to Chiron, asking you to burn for yourself, to speak your truth, speak from your heart, speak from your soul, and believe in it. And don't be afraid of it in these relationships. Now, your 8th house happens to be the rules of these relationships, where joint efforts, joint finances, joint resources, how relationships transform and grow and strengthen because of proper healthy rules, walls, and boundaries. And this is asking you, Uranus is here, going direct on the 10th, the same day as that lunar eclipse in Cancer. And this is asking you, where in these relationships, the rules, the walls, the boundaries of these relationships, joint efforts, joint finances, joint resources, where are you not getting your independence, your individuality, your uniqueness, your freedom, your self-worth, self-value, self-esteem? Where is the relationships taking away from your independence, taking away from the you that you are? How are you going to strengthen these relationships if you can't be you? If you can't get right with your independence, your individuality, your uniqueness, your freedom, your creative nature? This is asking you, like I said, at the same time as that full moon, and you're going to be seeing all this come back on you when you come into Cancer. Into the new moon in Capricorn, in your inner emotional security and the home of who and what you are on the 24th. All of this energy is back building to that, to realizing what you have to do to help you. And where to set the relationships right by standing in the power of you, independence, individuality, uniqueness, freedom. This is your get out of jail free card to not feel like you have to put yourself on the back burner. This is your chance to realize you are being given the chance to stand in balance, and that you never were meant to be on the back burner. You were meant to be right up front and center, just like everybody else. And you're not worth less just so that you can give balance and harmony to others. You deserve it too. I love you guys. Bye.